10 days ago we were here at this fantastic fishery. This is Makins. This is phase 3, and we were here taking a look at how they're redeveloping some of the lakes, a lot of the landscaping. We were having a look at the depths, some of the features of the lakes, and we also discussed about the potential stocking program. It's amazing the work that they've done since then, and I'm going to show you the changes that they made in just a few days time. However, we have also just had a van that's just arrived. This van is here to introduce a major stocking of bream into 2 of these lakes. Morning, Andy.
Morning.
What we've got coming today, a bit of an exciting day today, isn't it?
We've got a delivery of lovely big bream today.
Right, what sort, do you know what sort of weight is coming?
I believe it's £800 initially. So I've actually brought, getting on for £2,000 of bream between £2.5 and £3.5.
Fantastic. And where are they heading?
So we're going to finish off 7 behind me, a couple of £100 in there, and then the rest will be going into Avon. That's the stuff what's coming today. We've got another delivery next week when we'll finish off Avon and also start putting some in Thames.
This is Avon, where they've obviously finished sculpting the island. This is where I highlighted the undercut bank, if you remember, in the previous video. And as you can see, that's all been sculpted now. It's all been scraped. There are no undercuts now. Obviously, you've got to think about health and safety and that sort of thing with undercut banks, particularly on this bank, because this is the bank where anglers are. A little bit different when it's over on an isolated island, but this has all been cut out now, as you can see. The water level is going to go up to about here when it is full, so there's at least another probably 2 or 3 feet of water to come in here, but this is filling up now, and the next job really for that island is really they're going to head on over there and spend a full day over there, planting some grass in there. They're going to put a couple of trees over there, and what they're also going to do is put some stakes over there, just like they've done over on 7 Lake, which means that on every peg, if you draw this peg for example, there is going to be a stake opposite you with your peg number on, and that just tells you exactly what line you need to cast on. It's just to stop people casting across each other and causing any confusion about what line they should actually be casting on. Andy, this bit's changed a little bit. This is the bank that you were starting to reinforce, isn't it?
Yeah, it has changed really quick. We are lucky that we have some great teams of workers come on here, particularly at the weekends. So they've really gone through it and yeah, built Adrian's wall in a weekend almost.
This is obviously, it's to reinforce this bank as well, isn't it? And it's nice and flat here. Is that, you said that was what? Is that so they can get the barrows along there nice and it's all level and everything?
That's it, yeah. It was really undercut, this bank, and we didn't have a lot of bank, so we've had to reinforce it. We've put the baskets in. It's very expensive, lots of stone, but very worthwhile doing. So we've backfilled it with the soil. We're going to give the soil a little bit of time to dry. We've got 1 or 2 drains to put in, but then we will be putting a path across it. It will be lovely for pushing your barrow around. It'll be nice and flat, the pegs will go on top, and it'll be nice and secure. So obviously we have to think about health and safety for anglers, etc. So yeah, that's I'm really pleased with that. The guys have worked hard on that.
Well, we're over on Thames now. Now, last time there was still some water in here and some ice and everything. What you done to it since in the last 10 days, Andy?
So we've had the diggers actually in the lake.
Right, okay.
Pulling the silt out. It's quite silty, particularly down this end. As you can see now, we're virtually down to the clay. We are down to the clay. And we've started to sculpt the edges a little bit. So what we want to create is a nice flat area right in the margin.
Yep.
Makes it easier for plumbing up, nice table to catch fish on in the margins. So we've got a slope going down, we've got the track, a slope going up, and then what we're trying to do, we haven't finished it yet, but we're cutting in little areas opposite each peg where the fish will feed in the summertime, nice and shallow, long pole over, a nice little feature opposite each peg.
Well, now that Avon is coming to a bit of a completion, they have now moved over onto Thames. This is the bridge, and last time you probably remember this, particularly this area here, was really silted up. They've moved over here now and started taking all that silt out, so you can see it's deeper. And going behind me, you can see where they've dug that channel out. So this is the bank where the anglers will be sat. You've got a nice level bit down the margin, as you can see, all the way along there. So you're gonna have a nice flat spot on that margin line, and then it slopes away down to this central track. where it then starts to run up about probably 3.5–4 meters from the bank, and this is where it goes over to this far bank. Now the features that Andy was talking about to show you in detail, which I think is a really nice feature, because without this feature you would have a really deep margin across, and obviously in winter that might be of a benefit. However, in summer you often find that deeper margins like that could cause to, because you know it's just a bit too deep, you can be foul looking fish. So that is why they've introduced this feature. As you can see, you'll be sat across there, the pole can come across here, and then when there's water in here you're going to have a nice shallow section here of about, I don't know, it depends on the final finish level, but it's probably going to be about 1 foot, 18 inch, something like that. A nice plateau here to fish to, so you've got that shallow water for summer, and if you're here in winter you're still going to have either side of this slot the deep water to fish into as well, so you're going to have the best of both worlds. As you can imagine, when there's so many fish to go in this complex, they're not all going to arrive in one delivery, so this is the first delivery. They're going to be doing it in one hit. Like I said, these are all bream. I've been told that they're all from about 2 to 3 pound. There might be some bigger fish in there, and the team of the lads here are just going to be taking them down the bank in the nets and getting them into this lake that is slowly filling up. Last time we were here there was ice on it, but it was, you know, quite a bit lower than this. It is starting to fill up now, so that's when they're just finishing off the bank. There's Andy doing some graft. He doesn't just sit and watch. Look at them beauties. Fantastic condition them, aren't they?
Lovely, isn't
Oh, eh? You'd like to weigh that in now, won't you, mate, on some matches?
Definitely.
The best way of doing this, because the bank's still quite soft with all the work that's going on here, they haven't finished this off. Basically Steve is just taking the fish, he's got them all in a tank in there, and they're just getting them out in nets, and that's the best way and safest and healthiest way for the fish, just to get them out of the tanks. Get them beauties.
Proper fish.
Proper fish. Yeah. How old are they, Steve, do you reckon?
They're only, I would say, probably 3, maybe in the 4th season.
All right, okay.
Probably 3 seasons. They're not very old.
Yeah. Not very old, fantastic condition as you'd expect, but don't know how many trips it's going to take or how many netfuls it's going to take to get this done. But obviously the fish that are in the van obviously have been kept in the tank in water, so there's just over 800 pounds worth going in here into Avon, which is going to boost the stock that is in here already. This is the best spot to be putting the fish in. As you can see, they've just finished landscaping all this bank here. They've reinforced this bank all the way around here, so it's still a little bit wet, it needs draining. Another net full there.
That's a great big one.
Yeah, that's a big one, that one, isn't it? Look at that one.
Massive.
Proper slab already, that one. So yeah, this is the safest place, obviously healthiest place for the fish to get them in. Just with that reinforced wall being there, there's already quite a bit of colour in the lake, to be honest. We've got water coming in off here. Basically this bank is being, they're going to be draining this bank just to get all the water off it. The reason why they've done this is for 2 reasons. One is they've reinforced all this bank here, as you can see, because it was a steeper bank there, so that's all reinforced. It levels it off nicely for anglers to fish off. But another key feature as well, another big net full going in. Another key feature as well is it's all being leveled off, so that just basically means that when this has been drained of all this, get all this water off, it's obviously going to have grass on it, it's going to be solid. Because it's nice and level, it means that anglers are going to be able to push a barrow along it really nice, easily and safely. Now that there's quite a few gone in, it looks like I'm just pumping that water out to make it easier for them to net. We were just wondering why these fish are so fat and healthy when they're not that old. Why? Where'd they come from, Steve? Why is that?
Well, they've come out of the Carp Syndicate Lake.
Right.
Obviously, they've not been caught, so the carp anglers don't want to catch them. But the amount of food that's in there, it's all high protein, boilish particles and all stuff like that. And they've just got free rein in the lake. That's the reason they've had to be removed, because they're just growing too fast.
Right, got you.
And the carp anglers are just getting pestered with them all the time.
Right.
So now it's a case of remove them, keep the carp anglers happy, but obviously keep other fishermen happy as well, because what's better than catching bream?
I know, and they're so fat and healthy already, never mind when they've grown a bit, so ready to fish now, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I think.
What you tackle?
I think they've probably almost doubled in a year size-wise.
Have
I
they?
had a load last year, and these are nearly twice the size already.
Fantastic.
It's amazing how fast they're growing.
I wish we brought a tackle now.
Yeah, me too.
Andy's here, he's supervising. He's done a couple of you've done a couple of basketfuls, and now you're supervising now, aren't you?
I did a couple, and we'll wear the youngsters out now.
I've just seen that there's a few more fish going in 7 than originally planned. Is that right? Is that because you know that there's more fish coming to go in Avon?
Yeah, I want another 200 pound of bream in there, and then that lake is pretty much sorted. Then the rest will be into Avon, and then we'll have some to go in Thames as well when that's filled up.
Since we were last here on our previous visit, they've started to work on the paths now, so all this path's been put in. This all needs to be compounded down so it's nice and solid and firm, and as you can see, they've cut it into each peg, which has also got the new platforms in as well. So some of these bream that are here today are going to be going in this lake as well. Now these are the actual tanks that they transport these fish in. There's obviously nets that they use to scoop the fish out. This water here is obviously been drained out so that when it arrived it was full of water. That's because there were more fish in there. Whereas they've netted more and more fish out, to make it easier for Steve to scoop the fish out, it just simply drains the water out, so there's less water in here, so it's easier for him to scoop them out. And this delivery has been split between 2 tanks. Some more going in on peg 5. They're already a fantastic stamp of fish, and this I think will just be about fully stocked now for the capacity or recommended capacity of fish. So this is 7 lake, which is just about complete, so the main focus now for the rest of the fish is going to be over on Avon. Well, we think that's about 830 pound that's going in. This is the last lot that Wayne's putting in. The last lot is going into Avon. That's the last lot for today. Welcome to your new home.
Gorgeous fish, isn't it, Jamie?
Yeah, fantastic.
There we are.
I bet you wish you were going to fish it now, don't you?
Yeah, it's definitely tempting me to get my kit out.
It's weird how about 30 minutes ago we were all stood here, that wind's freezing cold, and we're all like, oh, let's go and have a coffee. But now we all wish we'd got tattle and we're all sat there fishing. The long reach digger is heading away. That's a sure sign that a lot of that work is done here now. The next time I'm at this fishery is going to be in a few days' time, when I'm going to be here to witness 2,000 pound of carp going in, but more importantly, I'm going to be sharing with you and showing you how they're going to be netting one of the already established lakes here. They're going to be netting it, getting all the silverfish out. There are lots of silverfish in that particular lake, and that is something that I'm really looking forward to sharing with you. So if you don't want to miss out on that, and please let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this by giving this one a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit subscribe if you want to see us netting one of these lakes on this fabulous fishery.